Hi. Okay. So in the last video, we were talking about the importance of nurture sequences and having the right nurture campaigns, the nurture email campaigns in place and having it automated and having systems in place is super, super important. And most people just focus on the upper portion of their funnel and how to get people into having discovery sessions with you. And what I want to talk to you today is the importance of having the right types of nurture sequences after they do this discovery session with you. So let's talk about this. There's a few different ways a sales conversation or discovery session or game plan session or whatever you call it. There's a few different ways it can go. All right. So the one way it can go is they're going to say, yes, I'm ready. They give you their credit card and they're good to go. So what you want to have ready is the onboarding nurture sequence. And maybe it's just a series of email. Maybe it's also a text message. Maybe they get some kind of packet or they get a postcard in the mail or whatever it is. So you want to set it up and set up the nurture sequence for it and have it ready. So in whatever system you're using, you can just dump that person into that nurture sequence and they will be getting all the things that they need to get. Okay? So that is one way your call can go. The second way it can go, typically what I see people doing is they tell me, oh my gosh, Eva, I'm like 99% in, but I just need to, it's a big investment. I need to talk to my husband. I need to just sleep on it to make sure it's right for me. And I say, I totally got it. I totally respect it. Let's set up a follow-up, a phone conversation 24 hours from now, tomorrow, or the day after tomorrow. And if you're good to go, then we'll onboard you and you'll get your packet and all that stuff. So, if that's the kind of response you're getting from clients, you definitely want to design what happens after you hang up the phone. You don't want to just leave it to, okay, I'll talk to you in a couple of days on the phone. The times I've done that, sometimes it does happen. It does happen quite often. People sleep on it. Their mind gets in the way and they get scared and blah, 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 and then they back out. Okay. This happens in coaching, especially if people are up to something, if people are up to growing their business and transforming their life or whatever's going on, they will go to bed the next day. Oh my gosh, what am I thinking? Investing so much money into something. Okay. So this does happen. So what you want to do is have a nurture sequence created that supports this person in their decision making. So you want to draft it and you want to create it and you want to really craft it to be supportive of your client's decision. Make sure you get all the information that they need and they also they feel supported in their decision and all that. Okay, so the last thing, one of the last scenarios that I see a lot is people saying, okay, I'm not ready right now, but because I'm already doing this other thing, I just invested a lot of money, but I really want to work with you in 2, 3, 4, 5 months from now, whatever it is. And I believe them, right? Like they mean it in the moment, but it's like 3, 4, 5 months down the road, like who knows where life is going to be, right? Like who knows? So again, you don't want to leave this to chance. You want to design a campaign for this. You want to know, you want to set something on the calendar with them. You want to set a nurture sequence that's going to keep them warm, that's going to keep them educated, inspired, and keep them interested. And you want to set a date on the calendar to do almost like another discovery session with them, right? To do go over, okay, where are you in your business? What's going on? Let's make a game plan. Let's talk about this and move from there. Make sense? So those are, and then you have other types of nurture sequences. If they're a straight no right now, then you want to have a sequence for them. And usually that's just like a general nurture campaign where you keep sending them some useful, helpful stuff once in a while. And, people oftentimes aren't ready at that moment, but there might be, depending on the services you're providing. Like if you're a realtor and, people might not be ready to buy a house right now, but you want to be on the top of their mind when they do, because there's so many realtors out there. If you're a relationship coach, maybe that person isn't single right now, but you want to be on top of their email list and on top of their mind whenever they are single again and they need some help and they finally realize, okay, I can't do this by myself. All right. So whatever services you provide, just know that if that client is not ready right now, that does not mean that they're not going to be ready later. So just assume what they're telling you. If they tell you, okay, I'm not ready now, but I might be later, just don't take it as a no. Don't take it as, oh my gosh, this person just doesn't know how to say no, because that is often not the case. And just take what they're telling you at face value. And now think about how you can support them with their decision. How can you be of service in the meantime? How can you be there for them? All right. So I hope this is helpful. And if you're interested in working with me, the way to work with me without having to invest a lot of money is to schedule my business systems blueprint session. It's on my website. The way it works is that we basically spend an hour together and we talk about your business, what you're dealing with. We map out a plan of attack for the next few months, and we talk about, okay, so what's the steps that you need to take and what's the specific action steps? What do you need to tackle? What do you need to tackle after? All right. And I send you a customized blueprint with your list of action steps that need to be taken for you to get where you want to be. And it can generally go both two ways. One way is that you get really excited and you want to work with me and you want my help implementing all those things. And the other way it goes is that you don't necessarily feel like hiring a business coach right now, so you end up running with the plan, implementing it on your own, and that's totally great too. I respect both ways. There's no obligation, but I really love these business building blueprint session. It's so fun, and it just gives people a lot of just enthusiasm and excitement going into the next quarter, whatever you have, and it's just clarity around what's the steps that they need to do. And I just love that they feel energized, and they know where they're headed. There's something to be said about, okay, here's the next thing that I have to tackle, and just knowing that gives people a lot of people's peace of mind. So I love doing these blueprint sessions. Okay, so that's what I have for you today, and thanks for watching my videos. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing, and I will see you in the next one if I don't talk to you on the blueprint session before.